Moment of silence for Pop Smoke.
Um, my whole day's been fucked up because nobody's 20-year-old child should die less than a year after landing their dream job and beginning to have success in that space. Um, and Pop Smoke's death and the conversations happening about it on social media are both giving me hope and making me just want to quit everything. On the giving me hope side is, the fact that like we can all acknowledge that Pop Smoke was something special. Um, and this is coming from somebody who y'all listened to the show last week. I mean, technically, I did say that they should just give it all to him and
Right.
everybody else should
Yeah.
quit. So but like again, as a woman of 40, which I haven't said enough since I turned 40, a 20-year-old making music that ain't for me is fine. He's fucking 20 years old. Like I'm not his target demographic. And if I fuck around and like something, great.
Which happens,
Quite a bit. I actually like Welcome to the Party.
It's a good record.
I just didn't necessarily need 30 more songs that sounded just like it. But like I don't this is happening too much. One tweet, somebody tweeted and it hit me, and I think that was when I logged off. Because I told you this morning, I logged off. I just couldn't. Like every time I opened my timeline, everybody was talking about the same thing, obviously, because everybody I follow is somehow tied to this industry. And somebody said, imagine being a fan of hip hop that's under 21. You've been losing one of the top niggas on your timeline every year for the last 3 years.
It's crazy.
And that shit hit me because our generation, we're still on Pac and Big.
Right. And Big L.
Yes, Big L, but Big L was not as universal of a loss as Pac and Big. Because Big L was a hip hop loss. White girls weren't calling the radio in Miami about Big L dying.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like Big L definitely was a moment, and Big L was definitely an important figure in Northeast hip hop, into true heads, like people that were really, really into the music at that point. But there's still a gazillion people our age who don't know who he is. And there's more than that who might know who he is, but could not name you a song, right? But even then, Pac and Biggie Pac was 96, like September, I think. Big was March of 97.
97.
Big L was 99. And then Pun was 2000. I think Pun would be the next one that was like...
Yeah, Pun was the next
big one.
big guy.
But then Pun didn't die a violent death.
No.
And I don't know, what did Big L die of?
He got shot.
He was shot?
Yeah.
So like, in terms of like these big, violent,
Master Jam.
Crazy... Jam Master Jay, that was after 2000, because I was already in New York. That might have been 03.
It was early.
But yeah, I mean, like these kids, like it's just been back to back to back, and if it's affecting us, it's got to be affecting them in some way.
Of course, I mean, seeing the whole XXX situation and what he meant to people of his age group, I never really listened to him, and I wasn't really aware of his impact.
Mm-hmm.
But when he passed, I mean, it was like curtains, for anybody over the age of like between the ages of 13 and 30. They took it hard, and in turn makes us all take it hard because you see, the impact that this person had, and it's just unfortunate to see all these young artists just losing their life. Little Peep, they've been, drug overdoses, violent crimes. Mac Miller, who I'm claiming Mac Miller in our generation. He transcended. I mean, Mac's been around for a while, but that was a big loss. Nip, was a huge loss.
Nip was a huge loss. And I think that the reason why Pop Smoke and Nipsey hit me different. And, we've talked about this, about how, like, I'm not a person who reacts to celebrity deaths often. Like, it very rarely impacts me at all. I think it's just like when it's something that violent, that public, and so freaking unnecessary. Like, this wasn't beef. You know what I mean? This wasn't none of that. By all accounts, people are saying that Pop Smoke had left New York to find himself a little corner of peace. Some people have said that, when you leave and you've never left before, when you leave, that it gives you a false sense of comfort. Some people have said, the rumors going around that he apparently had disclosed his address or where he was staying at on the internet. I don't give a fuck. We're not going to victim blame in that way. I don't care. If nobody's looking for me, like, I'm not going to be reckless. You know what I'm saying? But, like, no.
I do think it's we have to acknowledge, the same thing with XXX and him being shot and killed while he was shopping, out in public by somebody who, by all accounts, was trying to rob him or,
Right.
We live in this social media world where we spend a lot of time looking and watching other people's property.
Right.
Watching other people's lives, watching what other people are doing.
Yes.
And artists and people in general need to be mindful of what you put out in the world. Because what you put out, it could come back to you. And that's a lesson that everybody, whether you're a superstar or not, needs to take heed about. We're giving away our locations, and I don't just mean, people literally tag where they are.
Right.
I tag where I'm at after I'm gone.
And I think what's funny is that, like, part of this is just a constant evolution of social media over the last, like, as long as we've been on social media. So we started, I don't know about you, I started in an AOL chat room before AIM.
I started on GoChat.
What the hell is a GoChat?
Which was WBS, the web broadcasting system. It was scrolling, and you had a picture.
Probably before, I didn't even know that the internet existed before.
That was a pretty big deal.
Before August of 1996.
And I didn't know until I got to college.
Yeah, see, I got to college, and I went to Blockbuster and saw this AOL disc, and that was, changed my whole entire life. So in any case, like, we're developing rules for some of these things, right? We're learning things as we go along. And then also,
I was reckless on AOL.
Some of the things that we are concerned about, maybe the kids don't feel that they need to be concerned about, and that's okay. Some of it definitely is, this is an opportunity for you to have a conversation.
I can't watch Twitter.
No, you can't.
Do this podcast right now.
You cannot.
Somebody just said, I'm not even going to.
No, read it. Say it.
Hollywood Hills is cursed. Nothing great ever comes from there.
Okay, shut up.
Even
Thanks.
got Kobe last month.
Nope. No.
I'm tired.
I'm exhausted. And I haven't even been on Twitter. How you have? Okay, so
I don't want to sound low energy because I don't want you guys to feel low energy.
We're gonna turn this up in 1 second. We just wanted to take a moment, definitely, to acknowledge Pop Smoke. We wanted to take a moment to, I don't know, guys. Like, I mean, at some point, I think a lot of times our generation specifically, we'd be like, these kids. But whose kids are they?
They're our kids. And, the crazy thing is we had just that, we pretty much named the last podcast, OK Boomer, about our conversation about Pop Smoke.
Right.
And, it's just sad because he was somebody that I was just discovering, and he was a young kid,
and we'll never know what he could have done. Y'all should see his face. Get off Twitter.
Hold on.
Get off Twitter.
Kobe survived Philly to die in Calabasas. I thought he died in Hollywood Hills. Biggie survived Bed-Stuy to die in L.A. Pop Smoke survived Canarsie to die in Hollywood Hills. Devil lives in L.A.
Get off Twitter.
These LA
Not
conspiracy tweets.
Not you. Whoever's tweeting these fucking tweets. Listen, guys.
I can't.
I want us to.
I understand people trying to process.
Yes.
And everybody's got their own way of processing.
And I really wish that we would take the time.
Don't share it.
Right.
Stop sharing. Listen, if you feel away, please get off Twitter.
Process away. And that's the thing. So see, this is one person that I do follow, which is her name is Soumya Krishnamurthy. She's a writer. And she said that living for the gram is ruining our culture or something to that effect, she said, which is 100% true. Because there is a conversation to be had here, and maybe this is something that y'all can have a conversation with your kids, with your little brothers, with your friends, with your parents, because I'm sure there's somebody listening to us that might be closer to Pop Smoke's age than they are to our age. That's you, legend. We don't need to share everything on social media. That is true, but that also includes not sharing our reactions immediately when they happen and we're feeling this raw emotion. So
because then we're infuriating each other. I try to tell people how energy works, and it's like the best example I can give people is when you go to church and you're in a room and everybody's feeling that same emotion. There's a certain power in that.
Yeah,
but it also works the same way if everybody's angry.
That's why I don't watch horror movies in theaters. Y'all want me to go sit in a theater with 30 other motherfuckers thinking about some evil spirit being in the room on purpose? Right. Fuck you. No, thank you. But yeah.
So that's what social media is. It's just a place where everybody gets triggered and they trigger each other. And next thing you know, it's like the worst game of telephone and
exactly
and triggering.
So I just
at its worst.
I just want to close it by saying that, like, for those people who didn't know Pop Smoke or who didn't realize that he was a big deal or whatever, that doesn't change the fact that a 20-year-old kid died. Like, I don't care who he was. He was 20 years old. He was just getting started in his career. If you really think about it, his first hit came out last summer, so he didn't even get a full year of success. He didn't even get a full year of being known. Right? The other part I think that's really sad is, when we lost Pac and Biggie, Pac had already put out so much music. Right. And there was so much music left over. Big had just recorded and finished an amazing album. And I don't give a fuck what y'all say. Life After Death is better than Ready to Die.
It is.
And then there were still other records left, which... Thanks, Puff Daddy. We got by some form or another, for better or for worse. We're not getting that from Pop Smoke, I don't think. And even if we do, we're getting him at this current stage in his career, and we will never see what he could have evolved to be.
Right.
And that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Well.
Love the people around you. And, once again, I just wanted to point out the fact that you can not like somebody's music and still be a decent human about it. Okay? Great. Sis, you want me to cheer you up?
Sure, go for it.
We have 28 days to go. 28 days.
Mikey failed us. He did not put up the counter.
It's supposed to be on Instagram.
It's supposed to be on IG.
So we could all follow it. Because I had to do reverse math here to find that, like, it was 40 days from February 7th when he said that the project was dropping.
So for those of you who are just tuning in, we are doing a J Electronica countdown. So we will keep you guys posted on how many days there are, since he said that it would be ready in 40 days.
27 in the wake up right now. That's exactly 4 weeks from now.
I'm trying to get some of these Lent fish sandwiches.
Oh, I'm ready for Lent. Even though I almost forgot that next Tuesday. Hey, if you're a Catholic light like I am.
Catholic light. That's better than
I'm
Jewish
full Catholic. Light. Which Catholic is already low carb Christian.
I'm gonna tell you what's crazy is I work low carb Christian. So
we are low carb Christian.
I worked at for a Jewish firm. Well, my boss was Jewish. Everybody there was pretty much Jewish. Commercial real estate firm, and they would order pizza, and I'm like, it says pepperoni on it. And they're like, we're new Jews. And I was like, oh.
All right, because we can skip the pepperoni.
Right.
There's a way.
You don't need the pepperoni.
The reason why I say Catholics are Christian or low carb Christian, which is funny because every other Catholicism technically is the original, and all the rest are branches of Protestants, which were protesting against Catholics. Our services are shorter. The way our rules kind of work, it's like, did you mean it when you confessed? Because if you meant it when you confessed and you repented and you meant it and you backslide, you can still confess again if you mean it again.
Just confess next week.
It's fine.
You see all those mob movies,
it's
the mobsters just come and I just killed like 10 people. I'm sorry.
Say 10 Hail Marys.
And it's their brother who's like the priest.
Right. So that's why I say
Joey.
that.
I'm sorry.
I got to figure out what I'm going to give up. So yeah, for the rest of you guys, Lent starts next Wednesday. Next Tuesday is Fat Tuesday, Mardi Gras. The Wednesday after that is Ash Wednesday. And at that point, we will be 21 days away from J Electronica. Oh my God, y'all! That album better drop. Anyway, hi you guys. My name is Ty St. Boogie,
and I am Scissorp, but I can be found at Scissorp215.
And welcome to episode 7.
Wow, 7 episodes. Chopping Block. We're on Alexa.
You could ask Alexa. You could say, Alexa, play the Chopping Block podcast.
We are in a flash briefing also. So
are we really?
Yeah. So you can just make us a part of your news.
Oh my God, that's so amazing.
So,
I'm sorry, y'all. Clearly, I don't be finding out shit.
Yeah, we've been working very hard to try to put ourselves everywhere you guys prefer. We asked, where people listen to podcasts, so we just tried to make sure that we were everywhere. We're also on YouTube for you folks who love to listen to YouTube in the car, and it's cheap and it's free and all that good stuff. So subscribe to the Chop Block Pod, and yeah.
And if you go to we're the Chop Block Pod on everything, yeah.
Yes. Almost everything.
Everything
except for the email. Yeah, everything.
Yep. If you go to any of these properties, you can find our anchor link, and in our anchor link, you could give us money.
You can. If you love this podcast and you want to support us, just ask us how. Or
I'll
go to our
one
anchor
better.
link.
If you have a service or product that you need to promote,
hey,
we can do that for you. Listen
right.
to this voice, my nigga. We
are unsponsored.
We're unsponsored.
We are free agents.
And these amazing voiceover skills are just not being spent. Like all this chit chat right here could have been your commercial.
All this love for free.
Oh my God. All right. Last week was Valentine's Day.
It was. And I made it.
Oh, you did? Because you forgot we were taping and
yeah, I was like, wait, it's Valentine's Day like next week? No, you're like, no, it's like tomorrow. I was like,
oh. And YG and Kalani dropped the song
on
Valentine's Day.
On Valentine's Day.
It was called Conclusions, which probably should have been a hint.
I'm be honest. Wait. Is that YG's record?
Yeah.
That joint was bopping.
It is a bop.
I really
Let me tell you something.
Dig the record.
In the first verse, YG said a very new age, I go to therapy ass term about their relationship and the questions that he had. And I was very impressed. And then on the same day,
I think it was technically the next day. Technically.
It says release date February 14th, 2020 on her SoundCloud.
Wow.
But then it also said it was posted 2 days ago, which was definitely the 17th. Regardless, Kalani dropped a song called Valentine's Day, parentheses, shameful. And, the internet has come to the conclusion, see what I did there? That she was talking about YG. Now, whenever Kalani emotes this way on songs, I be wanting to say, well, we don't know which of her exes she's talking about. Like, y'all just assume that it's the...
But she went in.
She did go in.
Like, that song is
called him a clout
deep.
chaser.
She is a writer.
She said, stop gaslighting her and make her think she's crazy. She's not crazy. You're toxic.
So on the 17th at 12:27 a.m., someone had tweeted YG and Kalani released a song together on Valentine's Day, all lovey-dovey, and then tonight she released Valentine's Day dissing the F out of him, girl, leave his toxic ass, and she put I'm single, love, prayer hands. So, I don't know.
So I'm going to say this, and let the tweets come from me if they might, at Saint Boogie on everything. I'm here for it.
Smoke, smoke, smoke.
At this point, I think we can just call them both toxic.
Yes. And here's the thing. Kalani has a history of drama. So maybe that's what she likes, And I
don't blame her. Yesterday, yes, my nigga. Yesterday, I was waiting for a tow truck in front of a laundromat and heard this whole exchange between this young man who had apparently asked this young lady to drive him up to go pick up his clothes. And she felt some type of way and she left him and she called him and said that he was using her. And he proceeded to say, don't nobody fucking need you. I need you for what? You ain't got shit and I ain't got shit. What the fuck you mean? And my immediate was, oh my God, why would he talk to her like that? Poor thing. She doesn't know that she can do better. But then, in retrospect, you drove up there and left him. And I remember being that age where you kind of egg on the drama a little bit. Now, again, guys, there are toxic men out there, 100%, and women. There are abusive relationships out there, 100%. And, a lot of times, a lot of times the victim in the situation is just really responding to the shit that's being done to them. They had a whole chat yesterday on Hip Hop Ed, which is a hashtag that they do a chat on Tuesday nights. And they were talking about love bombing, which is, when in the beginning of the relationship, the person is super lovey-dovey, they're attentive, and they give you attention and do all this other stuff to then create this sense of withdrawal when they just stop. And then now you're kind of hooked on that feeling and you're responding to the way that they've conditioned you. So I get all of that. All that being said, at this point, I'm going to go ahead and say Kalani and YG are both toxic, equally toxic, at least in this situation. And they just need to get the fuck away from each other.
Shout out to my homegirl, Nora. She goes hard on the Hip Hop Ed as well.
That's who was the one talking about love bombing last night.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, sis, as that other tweeter said, leave him alone.
And YG, leave her alone.
Leave her alone, King.
But that's the hardest part of a relationship.
Love you, King.
That is the hardest part of a relationship. I used to be toxic that way.
And I used to be addicted to drama.
To, y'all want to get away from each other. I'm not going to say I used to be that way, but I've had a relationship or two that lingered and it got ugly, and then there were restraining orders involved.
Ooh.
And knives and things, and then people show up at your door even though they got a restraining order on you, and it happens.
It happens.
But you have to mature past those types of things.
You can do better.
You can. So
and on the other side of that spectrum is Big Sean and the other chick from Compton. Oh wait, Kalani's not from Compton. Big Sean and
Janae.
And Janae Aiko. God bless them.
Man, I don't even I stopped keeping track.
No, that's all I got is God bless them.
The crazy thing is it never seems toxic. They have the nicest breakups ever. It's just like,
see, now those two, it's just two, I think, people who got to figure out how to make it work. Because I think that generationally we just bail on shit too easy.
Yeah, because clearly they want to be together.
Right now they're very happy. She just took him to Disneyland for his first time.
Wow.
It's cute. He started some shit on the internet today because he's talking about how the pressure to provide as a man made him depressed. And so men are having this conversation on Twitter, and then women are being like, shut the fuck up. And then now men are like, whoa, wait a minute. You want us to be in touch with our feelings. How come you're not letting us be in touch with our feelings?
I mean, I'll be honest. I think that's a real thing.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. When we have to have these conversations, and this kind of loses what I was saying earlier about women. Like, it has to be a circuitous thing. It has to be a 360 conversation. If you want something, you have to be willing to give something. Mm-hmm. Women can't just say, oh, this is us, and, this is our thing, and blah, blah, blah. And when men try to be understanding and say, well, this is what we're going through, because I saw this conversation about Men that are having kids. Well, what are you going through? You're not having a baby. It's like, you don't know what I'm. First of all, it's usually women who don't even have kids that are arguing these things, because women that have kids would rarely say that about what the man who's if they're there is going through. And men definitely go through something. Obviously,
Absolutely.
we're not carrying a baby.
Yeah.
Clearly they're not going through the physical thing, but to have a whole Twitter conversation about men, shut up, you don't know what's going on.
But here's the thing. Can I just tell you on behalf of women that every time we have these conversations, there's a gazillion men going, shut the fuck up as well. So it happens.
Of course.
Y'all'll be fine. Yeah. Keep having your conversation.
Right.
Just keep having your conversation. That's really the important part.
That is the point. Just move forward.
Keep having the conversation.
Ignore the negativity.
Ignore the negativity and keep having the conversation. That's how we get to all of the major milestones that we've had as a culture in terms of opening doors for people to have conversations. But
because you got to push the needle. Like, the needle has to move forward. Nothing happens overnight.
Exactly.
Nothing's just, it was from A and now it's at Z.
Nothing.
It's a gradual process of just moving the needle. So, fellas, y'all feel away. Trust me, I've been there. There is pressure on men, especially today, because women are out here killing it. Y'all doing y'all thing. And sometimes men have to sacrifice. Somebody got to pick up the kids or, do this or do that. You just can't go do your great vacation and, leave them with anybody. Hopefully there's a father there, and, I'm a dad. I'm a dad. I'm a girl dad, boy dad. I'm a dad. Every morning, dad. After school, dad. So, I understand, but you still have to provide, and it's a lot sometimes. So,
to quote our very own Dazzy just tweeted this right before we started recording and said, "Men, healing is hard. Y'all are recently accepting the space to do so, but expecting it to be easy. Expecting it to be an easy, unchallenged journey is not realistic. Welcome to growth."
It's not. Yep. So there's it. That's it.
But I'm here for you, Kings. I'm here. I support. I'm pro. All that. Okay. Some new music came out after we recorded the show, other than the Toxic couple that did their thing. Y'all were really excited about this remix of, I can't even remember what the song is called. What's that? That Future and Drake song?
Life is Good with the two babies, and we're still excited about it. I was in the club last night, and that joint was going off.
Really?
Yep.
What club were you in last night?
Ambition, or some club down in the scary part of downtown.
Oh God bless you.
No, it was my homegirl from the UK, Sophie. She came over and she did a female hustler panel with some publicists and media folks and pretty reputable people, and she had it at this club I've never been to. They had proper security, and
it'd be really cool, you guys. It'd be like so cool if, like, when Sis heard about dope shit that somehow falls in line with my life, that I wouldn't hear about it after the fact.
I didn't even know if I was gonna go.
I mean, you don't have to go for me to go. I'm just saying. I just be liking to know that things are happening. That's all. It's fine.
I gotta work on that.
I was stranded waiting on a tow truck. It's all good.
See, you didn't tell me that.
No, you're right. I was telling Mikey you were gone. So if anybody knows how to fix cars and wants to buy an 066 Xterra off of me, holla at your girl. So how is the remix? Does the remix sound like one song? Because I didn't get...
No, it doesn't.
So which baby is on which part? Which baby raps with Drake and which baby raps with Future?
That's a good question, because
you can't tell them apart.
No, I think Drake still has his part, and then the rest of them go off on. I know. Atlanta Baby, Lil Baby, not Da Baby, right. Lil Baby, not baby. Charlotte Baby. He raps on the Future part, but I think both of them rap on the track with Future.
And Drake is.
We're gonna have to listen. Let them have that double song. I mean, we didn't mind when All About the Benjamins did it. We didn't.
But that's because that was Big's verse.
No.
Big was the only one that was by himself. Everybody else was on the same
but
beat.
I mean, nobody. It's been done. It's been done.
It's been done.
the song goes. I mean, Travis Scott just did it. That long ass
And I love
song.
it. And I love it.
It's hard to play as a DJ.
It's hard to play as a DJ for the DJs that don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Well,
Because
it's hard
I think
to play
that as
because
a DJ,
you got to figure out.
You got to just figure out which part people rock with.
I mean, people rock with the whole thing. It's hard to listen to because as a DJ, it's just not natural. So you're just listening to it and you're like, oh, God, here comes this stupid ass switch. Like,
nobody asked for this. Okay. My whole entire timeline has been talking about D-Smoke and this new single called Black Habits that he dropped he dropped the video for it last week. It's very Eve's Bayou. Lemonade.
I was about to say, who's that?
D-Smoke is
the guy from Rhythm and Flow.
The winner of Rhythm and Flow, who was also a songwriter.
Okay.
Like long before, like he let me see, because I actually have this article in drafts that's gonna be up on the site shortly about how he wrote a song for. I'm just trying to find it, so bear with me, you guys. Sometimes
the wild thing is he put out a studio album in 2006,
and y'all didn't care.
Who knew?
Who knew? But again, I think that the overall message of today is just going to be keep going because
homeboy is a Spanish and music theory teacher.
Mm-hmm. And he also wrote the single "Never" for Jaheim, which Jaheim released in 2007.
Interesting.
And D-Smoke wrote in 2004.
Okay.
So y'all head to the site to read more about that. But yeah, the song, I feel like the song is dope, but people were more excited about the visual.
Is it?
Just it's
spicy?
It's very Eve's Bayou, Lemonade, Orishas, Women in White rituals, and it's called Black Habits, and the hook is like something like noir friends, noir this, noir that, look at you just black. Like it's just a celebration of being black, which
okay.
Things like that connect with me a little different because my presence been black my whole entire life. But shouts to D-Smoke.
Shout to the Hoteps.
No, absolutely not. That's not what we're doing. Nope.
No.
The Weeknd dropped a song called I don't know. This cover's so disturbing. Like I can't look at this fucking cover.
Is his nose broken?
I don't know, but oh my god!
Is he a vampire?
Anyway, he dropped a song called After Hours.
Right.
He's dropping an album called After Hours on March 20th. I mean, that looks like it's 2 days after
the song it's a good song. It's Weeknd, man. It's a joint, but
I can't look at that cover.
It's a very interesting cover because is that the album cover?
Yeah.
Oh my.
I don't.
Maybe there's a story behind it.
You guys ever found out that you like was a whole ass punk like just by accident? Let me tell you the 3 occasions on which that's happened to me this week. When the squirrel was tap dancing on top of my house the other day, I don't know why. Squirrels on top of houses sound like a whole grown ass man on your house. And I was like, is it inside or is it outside? It's outside. I'm staying inside. It's fine. I don't need to know what that is. This cover.
It's disturbing.
It's very I can't even look at it. Like y'all. And I really think that was it. I don't think there's number 3 because I think number 3 was also a squirrel. So I don't think it counts. Y'all send help.
I'm not so much scared of squirrels as I am raccoons.
No, but see, what it is, it's not the squirrels per se.
Possums.
Possums are scary. It's not the squirrels per se. It's the sound. And
right.
At first, you don't know what the sound is. And you don't know, like my house, I have like a little covered porch edition situation. And something was on top of the porch. And it was whatever it was doing was falling in between the cracks between the porch and my actual back door. But it sounded like it was falling inside. Y'all, I live by myself, and the squirrels are terrorizing me, and it's just not okay.
It's them Atlanta squirrels. Atlanta squirrel. They squirrels.
So there's maybe gonna be this amazing concert in LA called Lovers and Friends. If you haven't seen the flyer yet.
Hopefully.
Allegedly.
Snoop said it's legit.
In theory. This flyer, let's see if I can do this all in one breath. Ready? Miss Lauryn Hill, Usher, Ludacris, Lil Jon, TLC, Janae Aiko, Summer Walker, Megan Thee Stallion, Nelly, Sean Paul, T-Pain, Brandy, Monica, Ja Rule, Fat Joe, SWV, Saweetie, Lil Kim, Foxy Brown.
Hold on.
No, we got to go through the whole thing.
Lil Kim
Genuine,
said she ain't
stop.
coming.
Let me get through the whole thing.
She said she
You
ain't
fucked it
coming.
up. You messed it up.
I know. So did she. I messed it up on purpose. I was waiting for it.
Genuine, Drew Hill, Next, 112, Mario, Twister.
Twister said he ain't coming either.
Trina, Tweet, Amory, Mace, Cameron.
Mace said he ain't coming
Why
either.
Cameron named so little? Mike Jones.
Mace said take my name off that
Montel
flyer.
Jordan's name is so little that I thought it said Montoya.
And he's from LA. They should show him more love.
I don't know who Umi is. John B, Baby Bash, Frankie J, Nina Sky. Listen, there's a lot of people on this flyer that I believe will be there because them niggas ain't doing shit else.
Listen, it's a bag.
Baby Bash.
So at first, everybody thought like this was like the Fire Fest of R&B. Probably because Lauryn Hill's name is on the top.
Nah, Lauryn does show. She just shows up when she wants to.
3 hours late.
I think we were thinking it's the Fire Fest because it's so many people. And y'all, this is one day. This is not a 2-day thing. This is one day.
But once we found out that it was run by the people that run Coachella, and then Snoop kind of was like, yeah, it's legit, then, okay, cool. It's a thing. Sounds by Selection, I don't really think that's a great idea.
That doesn't seem like a fit.
It's not, but it's the people that run Coachella. What do we expect?
For them to have asked? No, not anymore. I'm sorry. In 2020, like, if you don't know a thing, ask somebody about a thing.
There's so many
there
dope
are
parties
Philly things
and people
that I
out there.
won't say or do without texting you and saying, is this okay?
You know who would have been dope?
Who would have been dope?
Sarah, J. Davy, somebody in that LA industrial rock R&B era from like 2004 to 2008, 10. I know Jack would definitely DJ, but
right.
I just think that would have been
and I even
more
think like J.
appropriate.
Davy. I don't know that audience that's on this flyer knows J. Davy.
I think they do. I'm pretty sure that anybody that was listening to Lauryn Hill,
it's a gap.
it is a gap.
It's a gap. But
Hey, Marie,
again,
tweet.
the people
That
who
was
listen
kinda-
to the people who listen
But it's
to
LA,
the
and
people
this is what I'm
who
saying.
listen to Lauryn Hill who know J. Davy are not the people that listen to
But-
all the rest of these
But
people.
what
that's on here.
what I would say is in LA it
Mhm.
works because that's their backyard.
I think maybe Selection because like it was just like, look, we need a DJ. Who can we put on here?
I think, and it's weird because I saw a lot of LA people like watch Selection. I don't know. Like I said, I get it because it's the Coachella guys. It's weird, man. It's just weird looking at these parties, and a lot of them look so contrived. And I looked at the people running them, and I'm just like, yo, you're not even. But whatever. It looks like a good lineup. Snoop's involved, so I'm not complaining too much. I'm just, because life is a compromise. I can't have it everything I want.
You cannot.
So,
and I mean,
whatever.
there's
I'll
700
deal with
people on this
Selection.
flyer, so you can
Right.
find a way to
I will
not
deal
be bothered.
with Selection if I get to see John B. sing his one song.
3. Don't do this.
His one song.
Don't do
to
my
me.
baby father like that. Do not do it.
He had
He
two.
had a smooth 3.
He had 2 that I knew of.
He had They Don't Know.
Uh-huh.
And then he had Still Down with Pac. And then he had, I don't know why I'm blanking on the other song. And then he had another song that was like the lesser single, which was called Don't Talk. But that's not even the big one.
So-
The big one was the one that he had with Someone to Love with Babyface.
Okay, so those 2. I remember Someone to Love, and I remember
You remember They Don't Know.
They Don't Know.
You remember Still Down.
I know
with
it.
Pac.
I know that happened. I was mad. I have issues with Pac at that time.
Oh my God.
And I also don't know if I knew that was John B.
No, it was clearly like because it came out around the same time that he was popping,
Yeah,
and John B had one of those voices.
So Pac used to be my favorite rapper, and then when he started beefing with Big, I had problems. I picked the side because he picked the side.
I just did that Thug Life, and it reminded me of an ad lib on
Next,
my brain not
112.
working.
What? See,
what
what
is
they
that boy's
need.
name?
I'm mad that they don't have no Carl Thomas.
Carl Thomas said he don't need this penny any check. He stay on the road.
They need.
Hi, Carl
I
Thomas.
need to see Carl. I need to see Bad Boy.
Speaking of which,
there's not enough Bad Boy. It's just 112.
Speaking of Carl Thomas, y'all know I've been doing this music writer exercise thing, and I just realized the other day that I had never heard the album Emotional from beginning to end. So I listened to that. Y'all could have kept that. Y'all could have told me to just stick with the 4 singles that I knew, which were amazing. I didn't need the rest of that damn album.
Is it me, or did him and Faith make the same exact album?
I don't know, because I've never heard Faith's first album either.
Really?
Hi. Nope. See, at the same time as you were beefing with Pac, I was a super hyper ultra tomboy who didn't listen to R&B music for real. Like, only R&B music that I listened to was my best friend was and is still, I love her to pieces, a girly ass girly girl. And so most R&B that I heard via her. Like that Maxwell album that her and her boyfriend at the time ran into the fucking ground is the reason why I still hate Maxwell to this day.
See, I was a BET kid, so whatever BET was playing, and BET was heavy R&B in their regular rotation at that point. So Maxwell, when he was popping and D'Angelo and just everybody, that was the thing. But there's not enough. There's not enough Bad Boy on here for me. Like, there needs to be more Bad Boy.
They did that show though last year.
I don't care.
Okay, cool.
I don't care because you got 112, and if we doing,
Kim,
and I love SWV. Where's
you got 112,
Jade?
Kim and Mace.
Where's Jade?
And that's not enough Bad Boy for you. Who you
Mace
need?
and Kim
Is it
said
Mario on? Oh, no,
Mace and Kim said they're not even.
Mario.
Both Mace and Kim said we're above this.
They going.
Listen, they better.
Mace was just on the internet crying about his buddy.
Mace said I got $2 million cash for my publisher
right
now.
That's right. He's not broke. That's right. That was the wrong conversation. I'm thinking of Bo Hagen and Lil Jon.
Oh, yeah, that was sad.
Shouts to Bo Hagen though, because I love Bo Hagen just by principle.
That was just, and you hate to see it, but.
And Scrappy caping for John in Bo Hagen's comments.
Did he?
Oh God,
I missed it.
I'm getting off the internet.
Wow. Shout out to Scrappy. He still got the charger.
Scrappy went in and said, "Hey man, I'm not saying you're lying, but maybe this isn't the best way to go about this."
Yeah.
To which Bo Hagen said, "Hey man, I've been trying to have a conversation with this nigga for 20 years and he's ducking me."
Ooh. See, and that kind of makes it blurry because he feels away, and when you feel away, you liable to just go out there and start spraying and just not worrying about what you hit.
It's metaphorically spraying.
Right.
Okay, cool.
So
I was gonna say he's not shooting nobody.
No.
Anyway, you guys, it's called Lovers and Friends.
But we all know Lil Jon wasn't.
It's happening on May 9th of this year.
Y'all saw his high school photo
in LA. Trying to stay on topic. You can go to loversandfriendsfest.com. It's happening at the grounds at Dignity Health Sports Park.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know what that is because y'all keep changing.
They keep changing the names of everything.
Like iconic places,
right? Like, they got a new sponsorship.
SunTrust Park ain't even gonna be SunTrust Park no more in about 2.2 seconds because SunTrust doesn't exist anymore.
That's right. See, that happened to where the Sixers play because I think it was Wachovia, and then the banks kept getting bought out. So it was First Union, and then it was just like. I don't even know what it is.
What is
anymore.
it now? What was it back in the day? What was it back in the day?
It started out as the Wachovia.
Then that's what it is.
And then Wachovia got bought out by First.
But it wasn't always the Wachovia Center. What was it before?
It might have been the First Union because we used to call it the FU Center.
Nice.
So I think it was the first.
Stay classy, I think it was
the First Union Center.
My point was Phillips Arena. Well, shit. I guess Phillips Arena is named.
It's not. It's the State Farm Arena now.
It's Phillips forever.
Nah, State Farm.
Phillips.
It's about to be Kia.
Phillips.
I hope not.
Arena. In Atlanta. Okay. So again, you are tuned into
it's the Wells Fargo Center right now.
You're tuned in to the Chopping Block podcast, and I just want to take this moment to remind you guys that right here, right now, could be your commercial.
Yes.
This is a voice that sells shit. This is a voice that convinces people to buy shit.
Because if Taxstone could convince people to buy shit,
I mean,
no, I'm saying, you know what I mean? It's that beard cream, you dig?
And here is a podcast host who will sell your shit, and you don't ever have to worry about them getting indicted.
Yeah, I don't live that life anymore. So I'm above the streets now.
All right, so projects that dropped last week. I haven't heard very little about Bieber.
What I've heard was people loved it.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that people liked it.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest. Like the joint he's got with Quavo, it just got me. It's the video, the concept, the song. You know, Bieber's like out in the street, like
I'm
you know,
sorry.
hanging out with like then you know it's a couple women disenfranchised. You know, it's a older lady who moved to L.A. to do her poetry. They put her in the studio. One of the girls they gave a car to get to school. Like it's super dope. It's very inspirational.
Oh, it's the Drake.
It's a God's Planish
sorry.
type record. Yeah,
cool.
And you know, idiots are in the comment section, obviously comparing them.
Shouts to Pooh Bear, who is credited on every single song on this album.
Man, and he's producing them joints. He's not just writing; he's producing those joints.
Shouts to Pooh Bear. You know, it's funny. I'm sorry, I was laughing because you said Bieber and Quavo, and I immediately thought about the fact that I was in a restaurant yesterday where they started playing Baby, and I almost died. It was quite funny.
Bieber and Quavo do good things together.
I'm sure. Have they done other things together?
Yeah, they did. I'm the One on Khaled with Lil Wayne.
Hated that song.
What? That's my joint. I hated the second one that they did again to try to sound like I'm the One.
See, maybe I don't know which one.
I'm the One was
okay.
The bop.
The first one was kind of a bop.
Yeah, the first one was dope because even Chance got off.
Yeah, okay. That one was all right. I think it bothered me because for a little while, every time that I would try to get my Google Assistant to play I'm on one, it would play I'm the One, and I'd be like, that's not what I wanted to hear. I wanted to walk up in the club, fuck everybody. That's what I wanted. But
Justin Bieber just replaced himself at number one on the hot R&B song charts. That's cool.
Both what's up and very, very sad.
Yeah.
To me. There's a Yummy remix with Summer Walker. What that sound like?
I haven't heard the Summer Walker version yet, but I'm pretty sure it's Summer Walker-ish.
What else dropped last week? Tame Impala.
It's a whole sonic just bop. Like I love Tame Impala because I don't know, it's just something about the textures and the movement. You know, it's just one guy, Kevin Parker, just doing everything.
Literally everything. Go look at the credits. The only thing he didn't do was master it.
Master it. Yep. I mean, and Tame Impala's become like
he mixed it.
Yeah,
what is wrong?
Yeah. Tame Impala's become like one of hip hop's favorite. You know, like Francis and the Lights. Like Tame Impala was Francis and the Lights before Francis and the Lights. Like a band that hip hop just loved. But then you realize it wasn't a band; it was one guy. But
one dude.
Kevin Parker, man. It's a vibe. So if you're into like ambient, airy, funky stuff, you know, it's something going on in Australia and New Zealand. They have a funk vibe that they got from us, and then they put like these ambient cool vibes with it, and it's just really good music. So it's dope to listen to. It's really good riding music. So yeah. I'm glad. I mean, it was their first project since 2015.
Riding is in RIDING or writing is in with a pen and pad?
RIDING,
okay.
like cool. Riding.
Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, the immigrants be having to have clarifications.
It's okay.
A Boogie with the Hoodie also dropped a project.
He did.
He's got London on the track. At least once.
We got London on the track.
It's a lot of writers on this one song called Cinderella Story. Like there's like
it's probably a
writers.
sample.
Probably. I'm trying to see if there's anybody else's names that I recognize. Nick Mira. I don't know the rest of these people, but salutes to all of them.
Well, you know, he's got Uzi on there on 2 songs.
I was just looking at the producers.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, the features, he's got Uzi, he's got Khalid.
Is that how you pronounce that?
Yeah, it's Khalid.
Okay.
How have you been saying it?
I don't know. I've been abstaining. Because I don't know. I don't want to mess people's names up.
I try not to. Because people mess my name up so much. We've talked about this before. Have you listened to the A Boogie joint?
I just heard the big record with all the people on it. The 68 people on it.
Oh, on the credits?
Yeah.
Cinderella Story?
No. Numbers. Roddy Ricch
okay.
Gun.
Okay. The the 5011 people featured.
Right. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's dope. So I know Go Grizzly. I think it's dope when you see a project and you don't know everybody on it.
Absolutely.
Of course, they got a Louis Bell and Andrew Watt track. Louis Bell is just like, he's that guy now that you have to go and get for your pop single. Call up him or Frank Dukes. Sometimes both of them together. Yeah. So
that was the other one last week. So we were supposed to talk about this last week on the show, and we didn't get around to it. But Royce the 5'9" is dropping a project on Friday, and we've heard it already.
Yep, we heard it.
And we disagree on how we feel about it.
Well, sorta. We kind
of, sort of. Now, in our defense, I'm probably halfway through because I just realized halfway through it that I be trying to review the shit like as I go, and really a smart human like Sis would listen to the shit one time first before trying to take notes on every song. So that chop block will be up. It's up right now. If you're listening to the show, that means it's up already. So
it's already up.
It's already up. I felt like, first of all, Royce produced every single track on this project. I think he deserves that.
And can we talk about how we went to the Trap Museum and watched Royce speak on a panel? That was pretty dope. Shanti Das, he did the talking about shame and
so Shanti Das has an organization called Silence the Shame, which is an organization that she uses to lead conversations about mental health in an effort to encourage people to get help. Because specifically in communities of color, you don't talk about mental health. You don't talk about depression. You don't talk about suicide. You don't talk about any of that stuff. As we were saying, with Big Sean earlier. So Shanti's been leading a lot of really good conversations over, I think it's been about 3 years. And so they had a conversation with Royce, who very publicly, decided to go sober, I think in 2017. So right before he released his last album, Book of Ryan. And he's been, so now it's like, okay, you made the decision, you made the change. Now you got to hold that shit up. And so they were talking about, him having those conversations, him living a sober life in an industry that's not necessarily towards that. And then they opened up the conversation to questions at the end. And so we got to ask Royce some questions about working on the project. Sis asked him a really good question about
the sample from...
that wasn't the question I was talking about.
Oh, because I asked him about the record that he produced on Eminem's album and about the sample. And it was
more
generally
specifically
about
Motown.
Right. It was about, having a lot of producer homies and homies in general that do music from Detroit. Just talking to him about the impact of that Motown sound on him and, his production and his artistry. I know coming from Philly, growing up in the shadow of Gamble and Huff and, all the great groups that came out of Philly, that's a major part of our DNA musically when we go to create. But I know in Motown, cats literally have some of those classic records in their basement.
And Roy said that he has a few.
Right.
He has a few of them. So, he talked about that and also about how his plan for his imprint, Heaven Studios, which also has a physical actual studio in Detroit, is to allow it to be, kind of an incubator in a space that encourages and supports young creatives, which is a conversation that you, Sis, have been having quite a bit lately.
Yes.
So, shouts to Royce. The project is, please don't make me count this right now, Jesus.
20.
Is it 20? I was going to count.
Ooh.
Right. See?
Ooh.
Gotta count it. You just gotta do it. Hold on. Is it 22?
I think. This might
Mad songs be. Wait, Tricked is number 16, so I can start counting from there.
Yeah, it's 22.
Okay, cool. I was really excited about.
But it's skits. So
there's skits. There's 4 skits.
Interludes.
1, 2.
So you got the intro, 4, you got the ice cream truck.
5. Well, no, the intro has a full song on there, so we can't really count the intro. So 1, 2, 3, 4 skits.
Perspective, yeah.
4 skits.
4 skits.
I was excited about
and one of them is just Eminem talking. We didn't count that one. Did we?
Which one is it?
Perspective.
Oh God.
Oh, that's a skit. Yeah, we count that one.
Is that a skit?
Yeah, track 15. It's actually pretty. I know, but it's good to listen to once. He's talking some real stuff. So, you know, I already listened to him, so
cool. So I don't have to. No, I have to. I will. I'm really excited about these features on here. Of course, he has all of Griselda, but he didn't put them all on one record like you corny niggas would do.
Yep, he gave them each their own
song. I'm sorry.
Like, I'm be honest, because I like Upside Down. I really like Fubu.
Fubu's the one with Conway on it.
With Conway. But I mean, I like them all, and I'm a big Benny fan. So, and Ashley Sorrell is dope.
Ashley Sorrell is Royce's artist, and she's fucking dope as shit. She can rap and she can sing, and y'all should pay attention to her. Go follow her on socials.
And if you haven't seen the Black Savage video by now with Tip,
so I'm very confused because on this thing that I'm looking at, the label sent us, it says White Gold, Sayari the Kid, Saha the Prince.
Mm-hmm.
But Sayari's name is spelled wrong, so there's that. But I don't see Tip's name on it. Is it because it got cut off?
No, I don't believe so.
The song that really tripped me out was Pendulum with Ashley Sorrell because it only says Royce and Ashley on it. But I was listening to it. That second verse did not sound like Royce. Mm-mm. We're waiting on credits. So when we get them, y'all will get them. But shouts to Graph.
Yeah,
Graph is on here.
It's some dope features, man.
Shouts to Oswin Benjamin. If y'all don't know who Oswin Benjamin is, that's Sway's artist. Oswin is the truth.
I'm gonna tell you who I really enjoyed. Kid Vicious.
Yes, that's Royce's little brother.
I completely enjoyed his verse.
Well, also his artist. So I don't want to see
he slaughtered it.
That's his little brother.
Definitely,
his younger brother.
Listen, it's got some joints on there for everybody. It's a well-rounded project. You'll find some stuff that you want to go back to. If it's a lot of lessons in it, be ready to think. You know,
it's a shady nigga, yo.
Be ready to think. Every joint is not going to be a dancing track, but be ready to think.
But I mean, it's a Royce 5'9" album. I don't think anybody expected dance tracks.
No, but I mean, so Black Savage it's a musical joint, just like Caterpillar. Mm-hmm. Is a neck breaker. It's a bop. Like, but some of these joints is just straight up teaching. It's just straight up like, yo, I gotta just put on my student hat right now, and like listen to this joint. Like, I can't even enjoy this. I just gotta listen. And that's cool too.
So, what I appreciate about Royce, and y'all know I have a lot of rappy ass rapper friends that are just lyrical, fearful miracles in the most amazing way. And they use a lot of words. Mm-hmm. A lot of my friends use a lot of words in their raps. Royce does it with a level of precision that a lot of people can't do. Royce does it in a way where even if you're not necessarily the person that wants to listen to bars and run bars back 10 times, like if you're not that kind of a fan, which I'm not that kind of a fan often, but I know that there are people who definitely will run the song back 10 times to catch the punchline or whatever. Like Royce does it to where even if you're not that kind of a fan, you're still paying attention to the lyrics. He has a song called I Don't Age, and the last bar on I Don't Age is, for I pour blood, I'll drink a pint of theirs. I don't age. Like a vampire. You guys, do we not have a bomb? Like, do we not have a bomb sound effect yet? Close enough. Anyway. Drop one of Buju Banton's bombs for him. Yo, Royce, salute to Royce on that project. Hopefully we get to talk to him very soon about it. Did you have a standout moment or song for you on this project?
I really can't say yet. I enjoy Fubu, like I said. The intros are dope. Mr. Grace. Those intros.
Shouts to Derek Grace and his daughter
are super dope. The ice cream interlude. Like, I'm an interlude guy. I love good skits.
The ice cream one was funny.
Overcomer's a good record. It's got some joints.
And so the records that we've kind of gotten a chance to sit with for a minute are Overcomer and Black Savage.
And Black Savage.
And then he dropped Upside Down last week.
Right.
And then he dropped, there's another one of these songs. He dropped I Don't Age also, I think at the top of last week. And then dropped, he dropped I Don't Age 2 weeks ago. And then he dropped Upside Down last week.
Yeah, so On the Block is fire. DJ Premier on the cuts. That's a good record. Like I said, Thou Shall. I wasn't even, like I was doing stuff while I was listening to it. I just let it rock out. Mm-hmm. And when I heard Kid Vicious come on, I stopped. Oh wait,
nice.
Because I knew it wasn't Royce, but right. It was Royce-ish. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, oh, this is fire too.
I feel like we don't necessarily see all the features on this link that you and I have because I know that Ashley Sorrell sings the hook.
She's on track
on
21.
Upside Down.
She's on My People Free.
She's also on Upside
Down.
Down.
On Pendulum. She's on Upside Down. Yeah.
So, well, anyway, I've reached out to his people.
Let's get to this though.
What we getting to?
Royce and these beats.
Okay.
It's crazy. It was weird because I don't know what I was expecting. Right? I'm like, oh, Detroit, yeah. But it really, a lot of these joints sound like they're RZA influence.
Yes. I got that. I definitely felt that.
I got a heavy RZA influence, and it was dope. These are good beats. I'm gonna enjoy watching Royce grow in his producer journey. That's something that I was super thinking about, and when I asked him the question at the Trap Museum, I wanted to ask him something about that because it seems like he's enjoying that. Like, okay, this is something new for me to perfect, something new for me to conquer. I know I can rap, now let me get down with these beats and see what I can do. And I think overall he's got some joints on here.
He does.
From a production standpoint. So
I was very, very excited that they didn't all sound like one person produced them.
Right. Yeah.
That was impressive to
me. They each have their own vibe.
And I mean, and not in a disjointed way, because sometimes you can get that when there's too many hands in the pot or whatever. It all ties together, and I found that it all ties together in that it sounds nostalgic, but it doesn't feel stale. You know what I mean? So it gives you kind of that old school, that throwback vibe, but it doesn't feel like something that you've heard before. It's definitely not in a bad way. Facts. And that he, all of these beats had all types of layers of shit to them between the samples and whatever instruments he chose to use. And then he pulled in Premier to put some cuts on one of the joints. Bravo. I'm impressed. Somebody tell Cassidy to listen to this album.
Stop. Come on. Hey, Barry, listen. You'll get there, bro. So,
or not, and it's fine. And it's fine if you don't.
I just wanted to shout out. I worked with one of my clients, Asia Kyrie. I'm sorry. See? Pronouncing stuff. She's got everybody gets her name wrong, but there's a accent mark. It's Asia Kyrie. She's from Kansas City, based out of Dallas. She put out her single and a video. It's called Monogamy. So if you look it up, the video is pretty spicy. I'm sure you guys will get excited.
Is it on Approved Audio? Trappers. Is that where it's going?
It is on Approved Audio. Actually, young Darren put it up yesterday. So it is on the website. You can check that out at iStandardProducers.com, and it'll link you to her website and to her YouTube and all that cool stuff. So it's a pretty dope record. Shout out to Sonic Major and Phantom on the production. So we got a week of music, and it's pretty packed. It's a lot of stuff happening on the 21st.
Is it? I don't know why tomorrow, I just looked at that list and I was very excited about 3 things.
Best Coast.
Who that?
Definitely.
What? Says I don't be knowing shit. You don't be knowing shit too.
I'm just saying.
He just looked at me like crazy.
You don't know what Best Coast is?
Like he knew that John B and Tupac had a song together or something.
It's just a really dope rock duo.
Oh, okay.
They're like an indie rock band. Oh. Well, it's 2 of them. Yeah, but they got some bops.
My bad. I'll go. Hey, Best Coast. I'm very excited to meet you guys as a fan.
BTS is putting out an album.
I know who that is.
Map of the Soul 7, and they're going to sell 8 billion records and dance and sing, and you're going to give them all your money.
I'm sure.
My daughter's going to go nuts listening to it. We have Grimes. Grimes is putting out an album. You know who Grimes is?
In theory. I know Grimes is a woman.
She is. And she's a producer as well.
Sure. I'm sorry.
Kamaya.
I know who that is. I'm very excited about her project
is dropping.
I'm here.
Got It Made.
I told y'all I'd be real hyped about female rappers that are talented. I'm always here for that.
We got Lil Got It is dropping Superstar Creature. That should be fun for
That's local-ish.
The kids.
He's from here, right?
Yeah, I saw him at A3C.
Yeah, his manager, I don't know why I'm blanking on her name, sis. I'm so sorry. Because I really rock with her. But, like, yeah, she's been going hard. And he's been going hard. So.
Yes. Ozzy Osbourne is dropping an album.
I don't understand what year
Bless his soul.
Hey, man. Hey, man.
Forever Ozzy, man. Forever.
It's only a matter of time. That sounds, oh, my God, that was horrible. I'm sorry, you guys.
And last but not least, Young Boy Never Broke Again.
Also
still
known as
flexing,
NBA Young Boy.
Still flexing, still.
I really want somebody to... still flexing, still stepping.
Oh, there you go.
See,
still flexing, still stepping.
However, I still want somebody to explain to me how the abbreviation of Young Boy Never Broke Again is NBA Young Boy. What in the Spanish grammar rules? How, Sway?
That ain't got nothing to do with Spanish.
I know, I don't know.
Ain't he from Florida?
Now, listen, I just pulled something out because I was tutoring somebody in Spanish yesterday.
I was about to say, ain't he from Florida? No, he's from Louisiana.
I don't know.
That makes sense in Louisiana.
The only NBA I acknowledge is Corday. And maybe Namir.
No, that's YBN.
That's YBN. Oh, well, then shit. Yeah, no, I don't care about this guy.
Listen.
No, you see, that's why I was confused, is because YBN. Y'all.
Young Boy Never Broke Again is one of the biggest artists in the world.
So says my nephews. They agree.
His fan base is massive.
I'm sure.
He's absolutely crushing the game.
I'm sure.
So
it's carnival season in Haiti, so like all the Haitian artists are dropping new songs, and I feel like I should do something about that.
You should.
But there's already a website. There's a guy named Karel Pedre, which is not how you pronounce his name in real life, but I gave it to y'all. I tried. Karel has like this website that he's been doing for, I think it's probably about 10 years, called Plaisir Carnaval, which means carnival, like fun. And he posts, because what happens is, around carnival season, like all of these bands will drop a new record that they perform during carnival. And so they start dropping these records probably like at the top of the year. And on his website and on the playlist that he used to do on SoundCloud, they'll have every single carnival song that's released for the year. And a lot of times it's like 25 songs, 25, 30 songs that just, brand new songs come out at the top of the year. So shouts to my people.
We could do a whole podcast just watching Twitter.
I think we should one day.
We should, because SZA just said she's not doing any video interviews or photos for the rest of her life. Don't ask. I don't know why, but
because y'all are because y'all keep pulling up pictures of current SZA and pictures of quote unquote chubby SZA, which I looked at quote unquote chubby SZA, and chubby SZA was like a size 10. So I don't really know what y'all talking. Not even a 10, because no,
I'll take it.
I think she was an 8. But y'all keep analyzing this girl whole face and saying that she's had surgery and did that in the third. I wouldn't want to be on camera either.
These people are just...
Y'all are horrible.
I'm miserable. You got to hate your own life.
Unhappy people.
But we're not.
You know what else I think we should do?
What?
I feel like we should do a segment once a month called Rap Debates, where we invite somebody to come in here.
Oh.
But they got to stand real strong on whatever the fuck they going to come in here and argue about. Like, you got to stand strong on that shit. And then, come forth, come to the table and bring us your discussion and let's talk about it.
If you guys have ideas for us, send them somewhere. We have a Facebook fan page.
We have an email page. We have an email address.
Nah, we're not giving out the email no more. Because last time we got the email, we got songs.
But we told them not to send songs.
Listen, I want to shout my man Sammy out from Philly. He hit me up and he was just like, yo, the podcast is dope. Shout to everybody that subscribed and all that cool stuff. Sammy, I'm sorry we don't play music and we don't really just listen to anything. But I did listen.
I barely listen to the shit that come out that we supposed to talk about on the show.
And it's right, exactly, because we're just swamped. But I promise I'm gonna listen to it and send you some feedback, bro.
So yeah. What else we got? That's it, right?
I think that's it. We might actually wrap at an hour.
At an hour. So Royce next week, Kamaya next week. I'm excited about that. You're excited about BTS and Best Coast.
Yeah.
See, I remembered their names. Yay. And we'll see whatever singles or whoever decides they're gonna drop an impromptu joint for us. And yeah, until then, the show is at the Chop Block Pod on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
Ask Alexa about us.
You can say, Alexa, play the Chopping Block Podcast. And you can say, hey, Google, play iStandard, the Chopping Block Podcast.
And hopefully Google will listen.
Here's the latest episode of iStandard presents the Chopping Block.
Hey.
Yo, we need air horns for that. Nah, that was air horns.
We need everything. Just drop all the sounds.
No, not the gun.
One time.
Yo, because it wasn't working the other day. Remember? It was not working.
We've upgraded our sound bank.
Yeah, you guys.
But
this is a real life actual thing. We thank you guys for listening and supporting and, texting us randomly your thoughts. And like literally people will text me at whatever time they're listening to this show, some random shit that I said, and I'll be like, oh, that's what you're talking about, right?
Right, because I actually have been listening to my own voice. I've been listening to our podcast, so that's pretty cool.
Yes, indeed.
Big shout to Anatomē, Mike A, on
our producer.
The production.
Yes,
so,
indeed.
Man, you can hit him up on the social medias as well, and give him a shout out because he is a huge part of what we're doing. And
indeed.
We're going to have to get Mikey on the mic.
We're going to have to get Mikey on the mic.
One day.
With subtitles, because I'm sure he'll get on here and flex on y'all for your whole entire life. So at the Chop Block Pod on everything, at Scissorp215 on everything, at Saint Boogie on everything.
You know why? Because we understand how social media works.
Bruh, and we're consistent.
That's right.
Because, we are the standard. I standard on anything. Oh, you guys, it's almost A3C.
Almost.
Which means
A3C, South by Southwest.
I mean South by A3C in Texas.
I hope not. I hope it's not almost.
Try that again. Hey, you guys, almost South by Southwest time.
Yo, listen, if any of you guys,
I'm just excited about Trackhouse.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Trackhouse.
So, all right, y'all.
All right, we're out until next week. You guys, make sure that you love on your people.
Love on them and let them know you love them and let them know that you care and enjoy life, man. Live life. Stay off the internet all day.
Stop being a douchebag on the internet and let people do what they're going to do with their children.
And stop doing it for the gram. Do it for the real life. Don't do it for the gram.
Do it for the real life.
Do it for the real life. And that's it.
Yeah, 28 days till J Electronica drops.
27 and wake up. Let's get it.